Hey, what's up everybody? So today I wanted to talk about BEAMX. Alright, now I'm not a big crypto guy, and technically I'm pretty safe in this space where I don't put on a lot of risk, okay? And I have my reasons. So let me get this right, okay? I'm just not well versed for the most part. Like, I know enough to be dangerous, but my eggs just aren't in the crypto basket. Any position I get in is relatively small. So with that being said, my risks are in check, and this is not financial advice or for a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. This is just what I found based on the research I've done and the money I've made. So just to give you a quick history, I have made money on several cryptos, meme stocks meme cryptos such as Dogecoin, SHIB Inu, Bitcoin, Ethereum, to name a few. Also TONIC, as well as a few others. Okay, so but before I get into BEAMX, I do want to share with you what I wrote down, because it just clarifies things, so I'm not just jabbering. So I'm gonna read off what I wrote to the Discord back in February, because it's just pretty clear and concise, and then from there I'll tell you some additional thoughts. Essentially, just to give you some history, I called out BEAMX back in February. We ran this up for about 300%, from 17 cents. It was probably more than 300%, but from 17 cents to well, not 17 cents, 0.017, so a little bit more than the penny, and then to 0.05, somewhere around that area. But anyway, to continue. So again, I'm reading this verbatim, so bear with me. All right. So I'm not well versed in crypto space and still a student of the game in many aspects of the market. However, I've made money on the various currencies, like I just told you guys. My risk for crypto has been always been very, extremely small, because it's a space that I'm not in it deep enough to understand, essentially. Okay, but I do under things such as the importance of use cases and companies like Uniswap, and the surface level understanding of their DeFi platform, and being community driven, as well as one of the largest on-chain marketplaces in the crypto space. But in every situation where there's a top dog doing something well, there eventually comes a disruptor that does something the top dog isn't doing, in order to cut itself a piece of the pie, essentially. Okay, that being said, my eyes have been on BEAMX, a DeFi platform that leverages privacy and anonymous transactions in the crypto space. Their platform helps reduce the possibilities of financial discrimination that one may receive from traditional banks and public blockchains transactions, among other benefits. How I see it, BEAMX has the potential of being like the Darkpool of crypto, but available to the public. Now, of course, this is a stretch, and BEAMX lacks the liquidity necessary to handle large transactions that are similar to what the Darkpool is, but one could imagine, right? That being said, I don't go heavier ever in crypto space, and I won't start now, but this DeFi platform on Beam is just interesting, and perhaps someone that is more versed than I am can dive into this and shed a little bit more light on the potential of this company, right? I have a position that's very small with BEAMX, and I only bring this to you guys because it just seemed interesting enough for me to speak to, also because I've already made money on it. So that's essentially what I wrote verbatim to the community. I just thought it was well written, so I just didn't want to blabber. Okay, that being said, BEAMX, right? This is their webpage. You can just Google beam.mw, and then it can go over all the important updates and things of that nature. Okay, but essentially, BEAMX is tied to DAO, which it says right here brings a sovereign decentralization and privacy solution to the crypto space. So pretty much, essentially, it's just giving you privacy over and ownership of your wallets. Okay. If you guys want to read more on this, here you go. I just brought that up just so you guys can see. All right. Now, right now, Beam. Let's get to the charts, okay? Beam. This is where we started. Let's see if I can get my cursor going here. All right. So this right here, I got into Beam probably somewhere January 16th. So right around here. Is that it? Wow, I got in. Yeah, so right around here. So I was between, I think I got in around like 20 cents. Okay. So at January 16th, I got in around like between 19 and 20 cents, and I sat on it all the way until February 12th, to which is when, actually, I'm sorry, I sat on it to like the end of the month, to which I told the family about it. We hopped in. This was moved for reasons, but anyway, we hopped in. Well, some people hopped in, and we ran this all the way up to 44 cents. Well, 4 cents. Sorry about that. I was expecting it to go into this range box here, but it was rejected. But anyway, that's a pretty big gain to go from, well, if you were the community, you probably got in around 19 and rented up to 4 cents, which would have been, I don't know, a little over 300%, maybe 400%. I'm do the math. Okay, so that was the first run up. Then, of course, as you can tell, we kept coming down. There's a lot of stuff going on with crypto overall that pushed all crypto down for a while. And of course, we know that Ethereum and Bitcoin, they've already started to project up, and BEAMX has pretty much yet to recover for the most part. But here's why I'm intrigued. Well, this channel here that you see, this parallel box, is something I drew up all the way over here. So when I realized that we broke into this box and we start to see some strength, is when I kind of got interested again. This has never left my watch list, so it's been on my radar waiting for this moment. All right, so first of all, the one thing you notice is when we're on the week view, you notice that the selling volume had been decreasing, right? Which is typically an indication that we're near a potential reversal. Okay, but anyway, let's zoom in. So zooming in to the 1 hour chart, I had put this back on everybody's radar right after this pop right here, and then I told everybody right around 17. So 0.017. Okay, so if you got in on that, you ran it up quite a bit, right? So from 0.017 to 0.019, and then now, and if you held through, I'm sorry, 0.019. So yeah, 18 to 19. So we're already up here, and I don't think we're done. Okay, so again, this is exactly where the territory was when we hopped in back January, February, whenever the exact day was, and we ran that all the way up to 44. Now, I brought this up because I feel like the same thing's about to happen here. Volume had decreased. We've seen some nice wick with buying pressure right at the bottom of that, and here we are, like breaking the descending channel. So anyway, with that being said, I missed my entry here because I trade through crypto.com, and for some reason I had multiple failed buys, and I don't really get it. So I did not jump back in. We are currently in a position where I still hold BEAMX, so it's not really like a dollar cost average, and then I don't want to take on any more risk, so I'm just bringing it to the community's attention. All right, so anyway, where do I see it going? Well, it's going to break this downtrend right here, which just did. Okay, and then I do see if it breaks back above 2-cent range. Okay, I do expect it to retest the high of, actually the recent high is the 38, but the next high after that is the 44. Okay, so anyway, you can treat this as a trade, or you can treat this as a long-term investment. It's not a profitable like company right now. It's like very in early stages, so you be careful. Right now it's a trade, it's not an investment, but that's why I just threw some money at it, and it's sitting, and I'm not going to touch it because we'll just see what happens. It's money I'm willing to lose, right? So that being said, if you have any questions, let me know. But I mean, I'm not going to dive too much into the technicals. Like I said, we broke this descending line of resistance, and now we're coming down for the retest from what it appears. So as long as we bounce off the 0.018 mark, we should see a continuation to the upside, but we will see. Okay, that being said, what's the market saying? So price predictions for BEAMX, and of course we take this with a grain of salt as always, but they have it to 2025, 2026, all the way to 2030. Okay, but essentially look at 2025 with an expected yearly high of 9 cents. That's a pretty big deal, and essentially I think that's about a 600-700% move from the 0.017. But as a report from, when was this reported? So if it's reporting off the current price of the 0.18, then it's saying it's about a 383% gain from there by 2025. Again, take it with a grain of salt. I think for as long as crypto doesn't fall in the toilet, I see it hitting at least 0.05 by year end. So take it with a grain of salt. That's essentially what I have. If you guys have anything to contribute towards like what this company is, you want to elaborate a little bit more on what some of this stuff means, by all means go for it. This is not this isn't necessarily my bag, like I've said, but I wanted to bring it to your attention because nobody's really talking about it. Nobody was talking about it back when I was talking about it, and we hit the grand slam with it essentially, right? So here we go, second run up. You guys have any questions, let me know.